sort of thing, you know? Look closely. Closely. Your future lies behind those doors.
I don't think I want to see this. It's me. This is
Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to be notified when I upload a new video. Hey guys, as you may know, I officially uploaded my 100th video, and to celebrate, I'm reviewing Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue, which is apparently the biggest cartoon crossover in history, and it even has George W. Bush. So without further ado, I'm going to be reviewing it. Hope it is good. We start off with a typical Saturday morning. The sun's shining, the birds are singing, and we see a house. We look into that house, and guess who's in there? A little girl, who we don't know her name is. Then we see a guy stealing her piggy bank. Is this just me, or this is a mystery movie? Good grief. Then next thing you know, we end up in Smurf Village. Papa Smurf ends up learning that the piggy bank is stolen. He calls a Smurfs meeting, and next thing you know it, he takes off his shirt, and they all jump out of the book. Is it just me, or cartoon logic in this world doesn't make sense? We later see this guy jump out of his picture frame and try to wake up Garfield. Garfield refuses, and what he has to do, he decides to pull the plug on Garfield.
Let me rephrase that. Do you want to help, or do you want to be lunch?
We later see Alvin and the other chipmunks, and Alvin is refusing to go. And this time they have to do this.
Hey, wait a minute. Put me down.
We later see the Smurfs trying to wake up Kermit the Frog, who's in a line club. Winnie the Pooh. We later see Winnie the Pooh waking up Kermit the Frog, causing the little girl to wonder why she set the alarm on Saturday.
Why did I set the alarm on a Saturday?
We later see one of the Ghostbuster girls eating a lamp so that he could use his mouse as a spotlight to show the little sister that her piggy bank is stolen. Later, the other cartoon characters end up sneaking into her brother's room. So now she's his sister, I guess. And then next thing you know, they hide under the bed. The brother comes in.
all right. There must be $20 in here, easy.
The little girl ends up knocking on her brother's room, asking what she's doing. She later finds her piggy bank on the bed, all broken, and now she's interested in that box that's on the floor. He ends up putting it under the bed, and this is the first time in my life that a cartoon character explained what marijuana is.
I hate to suggest this, but my guess would be marijuana. An unlawful substance used to experience artificial highs.
Later see more cartoon characters spying on what's going on.
Are you feeling okay? What's wrong with your eyes?
Later see him walking out with sunglasses and not telling her what's going on.
Michael? Honey, where are you going?
So his name is Michael. We later see the other characters decide to help by jumping out the window and decide to follow him, while Winnie the Pooh stays behind. Is it just me, or this reminds me of that one scene in Toy Story 2 where they decided to jump out the window to go save Woody after he got kidnapped? We later go to a cave where we see Michael and his friends smoking cigarettes, while we find out Michael has a creature.
Yeah, that's it. Do it. Makes you forget all about your sister and her stupid piggy bank, doesn't it?
Yeah, this stuff's pretty good, but I got something even better. Latest thing.
Now that's cool. Mikey, you gotta try this.
It gives you a major high, like that.
I'm in. Okay, I'll try it.
You in, Michael?
You don't want to be left out, do you?
Come on, what are you waiting?
I don't know why, but when I call him Purple Guy, he reminds me of William Afton. For some reason. They all run away after they hear the siren of the police. We see Michael and the purple guy reaching a dead end. And you might guess who the cop is. You wanna guess? He's a rabbit. You wanna guess? He's a doofus. Here he is.
What's up, Doc?
It's Bugs Bunny, if you don't know. he drove off this time machine so they could see the time when he got into drugs. Purple Guy decides to come on for the adventure. While Bugs Bunny figures out how to use it, the dad realizes that the beer is going away and wondering who's drinking all of it. Who is drinking it?
Corey, is your brother all right? He's been acting so strange lately. You know, we love you both, and if there's something wrong, we'd like to help.
I don't know, Mom. I don't think so.
Thanks, hon.
And her name is Corey, I guess. Next thing we know, we see Winnie the Pooh revealing that he can apparently talk. When he's talking, he tells her this one thing that she should have done would have been pretty useful.
Why didn't you say you were worried about Michael too?
If I tell and he gets in trouble, he'll blame me.
Perhaps, but what will happen to him if you don't tell?
We return with Bugs Bunny turning on the time machine, and we see the events of Michael when he was a little boy and how he first got addicted to drugs. As you see, he's playing frisbee with his friend. Things look normal, right? But look.
You guys cruising for lung cancer or what?
We're getting high. You know, grass, marijuana.
Well, yeah, sure, I knew that. Want a hit?
What's the matter? You scared?
No.
I guess you would, wouldn't you? Not very bright.
We go back to Michael, and he decides that he's gonna do what he said next time. So I guess this is the end. Only joking, we return back to the house where the dad is fixing the car, and Corey decides to tell him that she's worried for Michael. He decides to ask her what she's worried about, and she decides to change her mind about the whole thing. Corey, changing your mind is not gonna help anything to your brother. We later return to Michael and the purple guy is hanging out, and they want him to buy drugs for them. And next thing you know, he steals his money.
Got your wallet? Hey, give me that back!
We see Michael chasing the girl, and next thing you know, someone mysteriously opens the manhole. Michael falls into the sewer, and we meet one of the members of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Next thing you know, he pulls the plug of the sewers, and now Michael's trapped in the whirlpool. He later falls into a roller coaster with Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog, which are describe about what happens to your brain during drugs, which I think is a pretty good example to keep.
And after we go on this ride, Kermit's taking me to the Tunnel of Love. Aren't you, Kermit?
Right.
How wrong?
We later start seeing sparks and his brain looking like earwax. We later see them also now going on a more intense roller coaster. Now we start seeing sparks and random stuff flying around towards Michael. And now Gonzo comes up and says this is the first stage of getting high. And this is not just the end, apparently.
This isn't romantic. It's not even pretty. And most important, I don't like it in here.
They go through these whirlpools full of amoebas, I guess, and they break the glass and end up in his head. And now we realize they're inside of Michael. So now it's showing how he is during drugs. His brain starts collapsing, and now apparently Michael can't get out since it's his own brain and he can't get out, just like the Inside Out characters. Next thing you know, we see him crash on landing on a skateboard, and we see him face to face with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, who are apparently worried about him.
These drugs.
Drugs? Oh, bad news, Michael. Why don't you just say no?
Well, maybe it's because I don't want to.
Maybe it's because you don't know how. Let's show him how to say.
We later see the DuckTales kids and other cartoon characters joining together to tell Michael in a very catchy song about a million wonderful, wild ways to say no. Let me just say that this is a very catchy song.
I'm in training for football.
And they tell me that works fine. But the bottom line's to show me trying to say no.
Now you could say beat it, get lost, get out of my face with that stuff.
But that could be tactless. You may prefer cool, like this.
I'll catch you guys later, okay?
I've got too much homework. It's rough.
I'm late for my baseball game and I'll miss my ride.
My kid sister needs me.
A hamster died.
Hurry home.
There's no time to kill.
Swingers, million, chillion, wonderful days to say.
Michael later ends up in his bed and realizing that this was all just a dream. Corey comes back in and he tells her to get out of here instantly. She is worried about him and wondering what's in the box. He shoves her out of the room very harmfully, and because of that, she is now crying. He's crying because of what he did to his sister, and now apparently Purple Guy is supporting it. Next thing you know, when he opens his drug box, the same guy again just pulls him right into the drug box. Next thing you know, we're in a home years, which is pretty common for a cartoon.
This one, for instance. What do you see?
Me. I see me.
Wrong! Flag on the play, 10-point penalty.
Who's that?
They later go visit the man in charge, which is usually you or your parents, but they have to find out who it is, and it's actually pretty sad.
Hi.
We later see Corey going into her brother's room while seeing that he's not in there. She inspects the drug box, and now Purple Guy is telling her that she should open it. Winnie the Pooh is telling her not to, but then Purple Guy just throws her into the closet. Poor Winnie the Pooh, I actually feel bad for him. She decides to open the drug box and sees what's inside. Now Purple Guy is telling her that it's good. Michael ends up in a creepy fair and ends up in a ton of horrors. Like, first of all, he's on a roller coaster, and now Huey is chasing him down, and then he ends up in a ton of other crazy, wacky nightmare fuel. And I feel like if whoever made this scene, they were probably on high, which would be very sad, since this is a movie that's not supporting not getting high. He later ends up at a fortune teller, and guess who is inside? It's the one and only Daffy Duck. He tells him that he can see the future. He sees that Corey is apparently gonna open the drug box. We later find out that it's a bowling ball, and he ends up actually using the real thing.
My future?
Of course I can. I've got a knack for this sort of thing, you know. Look closely. Closely. Your future lies behind those doors.
I don't think I want to see this.
We later see other cartoon characters telling him that that's what's gonna happen to him if he keeps doing drugs and not saying no. And that's when they also tell him that he also has to say no again and protect his sister, who was about to go in drugs. He manages to push the drug box.
I was a dope. I was wrong.
Then stop, please, Michael.
I don't know if I can.
Here see Purple Guy again snapping out and telling him to stop. And I know the bravest thing that I managed to do. He throws him out the window and into the trash can. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. How nice. Clap, 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 clap.
He's right, you know. He will try to come back.
And when he gets here, we'll be ready for him. Right, guys?
Right! Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was going to miss something important.
Come on, sis. Let's go talk to Mom and Dad.
Let's review our story today. A cartoon about a boy getting into drugs, managed to be saved by a little sister and cartoon characters, and by the power of unknown logic. In the end, he manages to escape. Overall, this is a pretty good movie, and it should be shown more.
Keep these words in your heart, and they'll help you come through like a pro.
If the old you starts to slide, there's a stronger you inside.
Saying, hang on, kid, hold tight, don't ever let go. And round.